What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new video on the LFG podcast channel. And if you haven't heard already, the One Piece live action has been renewed for a second season. We're excited. We can't contain the excitement. We had been wanting this ever since we finished the first season, and Oda and Netflix finally dropped the news that they got renewed for a second season. As you can see from the hat, the shirt, the background, huge One Piece fans on this channel. So we're gonna. That's crazy. So we're gonna go ahead and give you our thoughts, our outlook for the second season, predictions, all that good stuff. So who wants to go first? Who wants to take the floor?
Well, let me, before we get into the entire, like what we hope to see in season 2, a little bit more of a news dump, I guess. Before that news broke this morning, September 13th, that was yesterday. I shared these guys a tweet. I showed them what the plans were. Right. This comes from Aldstein, and I forget who Aldstein is, but I think he works at Netflix. Okay. He says, we're hopeful of making 12 seasons. We've had an extensive conversation for season 2. Again, this is before today's announcement, with Netflix and Oda and others less accomplished ones for seasons 3 to 6. So right there, he said they're hopeful for 12 seasons. But aside from that, even if we don't get 12 seasons, we're looking at 6 seasons potentially. And they've had these conversations already with Netflix and with Oda. And as we found out this morning, season 2 did get confirmed. So they've already had these conversations for seasons 3 through 6. So they didn't really go anywhere, but they at least started talking about it. So that already gives us plans that, hey, I think we're going to get 6 seasons for sure. And he said hopeful for 12. And then he gives his source here. I guess it's comments or Q&A pretty much with Aldstein, Clements. I'm not sure who these guys are. I believe they're working with Netflix. Again, I'm not sure. But yeah, what do you guys think about that? 12 seasons? And then Cody brought it up right now because I skimmed through it, but I didn't read through it. Codes, what did they say right here in this little comment? I think it was Clements.
The comment said, and I think even if we did 6 seasons, we would probably only use up half of the chapters of the manga. It could really go on and on.
They're trying to go 6 seasons means they're going to go halfway through the manga. And I guess the other 6 seasons would be crazy. Up to 12 would be the rest of the show where we're at. Man, what do you guys think? 12 seasons. 12 seasons.
Well, let's start off with the what we know. 12 seasons means 12 years minimum, right?
Minimum.
There's no way they do 2 seasons in a year. There's no way. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So 12 years with these people, they're gonna age. People are gonna look different. So I don't know how that's gonna be, but we got introduction of so many characters early on, man. We don't know how they're going to do Chopper, but that's going to be crazy. We got all different types of the giants, the Elbeth giants. We got just introduction of all types of characters and their sizes, the way they look. It's going to be interesting to see how they do those characters if we get that far.
I think it's kind of crazy to hear. What'd you say the gentleman's name was that talked about the overall plan?
Let me see. It's either Aldstein or Clements. It doesn't say specifically who was quoted saying that, but it's one of those.
I want to say it was Clements. So
Clements. Okay. Yeah. So it's kind of interesting to hear his plan, for the simple fact that if you break down One Piece, and not necessarily arcs, but in sagas, starting from East Blue all the way to Wano, you can really break that down into 10 sagas. Now, obviously, there's little arcs in between, like he goes to different islands, like when he went to Amazon Lily and stuff like that. But you could throw that into arcs. So if we look at it from that kind of lens, there's East Blue, Alabasta, Sky Island, Water 7, Thriller Bark, Summit War, Fishman Island, Dressrosa, Whole Cake, and Wano. That's 10. So the plan for 12, it's kind of like, and then also hearing that they're not gonna, they're gonna condense it and take out chapters. It kind of feels well thought out, but at the same time, it's just kind of like, it feels like a broad way of thinking. Like, I don't really know. Like 12 seasons, I've kind of been like the Debbie Downer, I guess you can say, as far as it comes to
I was gonna say, yeah,
saying it's gonna keep going. But I do hope it does. But it's just kind of crazy to hear him talk about it because there's just so much in One Piece, and 10 or 12 seasons is just kind of like, damn, son.
I got this, J Mac. I got this. First thing I'm gonna say is that way of thinking should have been thrown out the window, because before we got the live action, what was everybody saying? How are they gonna put all this in 8 episodes? How much are they gonna get done? We were all trying to say like, bro, it's too much. There's no way they can do it. They did it. It's point blank period. So to try and like obviously you're not trying to say they can't do it, but to try and like question it is like, come on, man, they just showed you they could do it.
Well,
Have faith.
before you get further to that point, and we've also said this is the easiest it's gonna be to adapt this fucking show.
Facts.
Yes.
Yes.
It only gets harder from here, man.
It only
gets harder from here. And yes, this was a good first step. Like, they absolutely killed it. But now I think is where the work really begins, and it gets even crazier.
Once they go down that mountain and see Laboon, we gonna know where we stand from there, because Laboon better be humongous.
But when this season 2 got confirmed, Oda himself did a part, and I text these guys too. Hey, there's an announcement at 2:00 my time. Get ready. And I was on it, and Oda himself is the one that confirmed season 2, and he was saying how like he was very involved with the first season. Obviously, we already knew this, right? So for him to make that announcement again, it shows that he's going to be heavily involved going forward. So that just is a good sign all around, man. The creator himself is involved in it. We knew how much he was the first season, and it showed, right? So if he's going to continue, I mean, that I still have all the faith in the world for it. It only gets harder from here, but as long as they got the boy Oda to be there step by step, and I know there's some stuff that he didn't agree with and they had to convince him to change, I think for the most part they'll balance each other out, they'll figure it out, and I think it'll work. So I have faith. I have faith.
I think another interesting point is going back to this guy talking about his 12 season plan. That would mean that he has to know One Piece inside and out to even like begin to like talk about that.
Facts.
Mm-hmm.
And so when it gets to the point where we start getting to gears and we start getting to these bigger devil fruits and things that have to be animated like for real, like obviously things had to be animated like in this first season, but it's gonna get to a point where like shit is gonna start looking crazy.
It has to, yeah.
So it could get to a point where like, and I'm not saying this is gonna happen, but it could get to a point where like CGI is gonna be like, I don't know. What do you guys think about that?
I'll start just shortly. I think as far as that goes, when these seasons starts coming out, like this first season was very successful, so they should be making a lot of money. And obviously it might not be enough to where the CGI is perfect all the time, but I want to say they're making enough money where they can. This should be able to be sustainable, like having decent CGI, if they do that.
Going into the CGI, the numbers were, and I don't know if I said this last time or if I said this on stream or while we were recording, but the numbers for this, and I didn't know it, 18 million per episode is what it took. That's a lot. That's a lot. That. Game of Thrones was, I think, half of that, 9 million, 10 million around there. But then you look on the flip side of that, the high end Secret Invasion was like 30 million, something like that, 35 million per episode. So we still got some millions to play with right there compared to Secret Invasion. I know they're not Disney, and Disney has the billions and billions of dollars to just throw and burn whatever they want to do. Netflix, I think, it can do it too. And I think the success of the first season is just going to allow them to do a bigger budget and just get some of these things a little bit more accomplished, CGI a little bit more shirt up, and go into the crazy things. So I think in the CGI aspect, I think we'll be okay. Because like I said, if they already threw $18 million an episode at this, I think they're going to get a little bit more of a budget, and hopefully we see like 25 million. I don't know. That might be on the high end, but we'll see. So,
okay.
Anything else before we get into our season 2 hopefuls?
No.
Just love the new fans coming in. It's more of a reason for them to throw more money at it. They got more people riding for it. They know that for a fact all these people are gonna watch the season 2 now that they've seen it a little bit more of the show. So
I got 2 friends that you guys know too, Carlos, Psycho, and Joe, that have never seen One Piece, and they got introduced through One Piece because of Netflix's live action. Psycho already told me like, hey, I gotta start watching the anime. He's gonna go start the journey. So hey, they did that, and if they did that with these guys, because these guys aren't like anime watchers like that, man, they're getting a lot of people. They're getting eyes on the show. They're getting eyes on their brand and the product and stuff. So it's just gonna go up from there. So 2 people that we know personally that just started it from Netflix's One Piece. So I'm excited for that.
I think it's interesting because there's people like Angel or like John's sister, for example, that we keep getting the question like, "Hey, is this live action good?" And that's because it's getting the reputation that no, this live action really is good. So they want to hear it from people that actually like consume One Piece on the daily and read the manga and watch the anime. And just to hear those questions, it's like, yeah, motherfucker, go watch this shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's cool to see, man. One Piece is it was already in a great place, even from the core fans, because there's so bunch of us, and it being in the big three. I mean, it's always been big, and it's just this live action and it being good has just taken it to a place where I don't know if I could ever say One Piece might have ever been, just because it's so long, it's different, it's not your. I don't think it's your typical anime, to be honest. So it's just kind of great to see, man.
Yeah. So I mean, this is like I said, this is getting new eyes on it. Cody brought to it yesterday, and I hope he does the TikTok of it. People making fan theories of certain characters of Luffy. Hey, Luffy, have you guys ever considered Roger's son might be Luffy, and he's the one like, bro, you guys are so in for it, and I love it all.
Right.
I love
he might be
theory.
right.
Hey, we don't know, man. If you guys want to find out, there's a lot of One Piece out there. Go consume it. So I just love the theories, and I love the new people coming into the show, and they're doing their own theory crafts, and can't wait to see certain things. And like I said before on our review, if you guys haven't seen that, check it out. If this is the only way you guys want to consume One Piece, I think you guys are fine in doing that, and you guys should be in for a good ride. But even if you guys want more, which I think a lot of people are like, hey, I need more. These guys that were like I mentioned or telling me, hey, what's the show about? What's the anime about? Man, go watch it. You guys go watch it. The manga's there, the anime's there. You guys can get everything and anything in that. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I love all the new fans. Welcome, man. Welcome to the One Piece family, man. We're glad to have you. We guys hope you enjoy the ride because it's been going since the 90s, man. And it doesn't look like it's slowing down at all. So let's get into our season 2. Another thing that I mentioned with Oda, it was pretty cool. The little video, he had his own transponder snail, and he was talking to the snail, and the snail was doing the announcement and stuff like that. At the end of that little clip, he's drawing something. You look over his shoulder, and it's Chopper. So Chopper's confirmed. I guess he's confirmed for season 2. How they do it, I don't know. I want to talk about it with you guys right now because I watched Grand Line's review, and he brought up a couple things on how it could work. I can't remember the first 2 points. I think it was like half and half, a CGI, half him. The one point that I do really want to talk about, and I want to get your guys' thoughts on, is what if? Because if you guys don't know, and I'm sorry to spoil it for you, I know you guys are season 2's coming, but Chopper ate the human fruit. So that turned him from a reindeer to standing up to how we know him in the anime and how we know him in the manga. He ate the human fruit. So his theory was, in order to get away from using all the money on that CGI character, because this is going to be a full-blown CGI character no matter what, can they just possibly have him be human and every once in a while use his devil fruit powers to be a reindeer and fight and do whatever he's got to do like that? What do you guys think about Chopper being an actual human in the show?
I'll start. When I first heard this from St. Mag, I instantly said I wouldn't mind it, because at the end of the day, it's live action. It's not going to be 100% accurate, but and I know how budget is. I'm not going to expect you to just try and it ends up looking bad. I don't want you to do that. If you can't do it, that's fine. Do what can work, because at the end of the day, Chopper is not a character that you can easily make live action unless you got the money for it. So I'm okay with it because I know it's probably still going to be good.
I'm of the same mindset as Cody. I think that this One Piece live action has opened my mind, and I I just don't judge it the same as other live actions, because I just feel like this was done with such care and love, and um Oda had his hand in it. And so if I think the ultimate thing at the top is that if Oda's okay with it, how the hell are you not okay with it? Like I at core value, I think that just speaks volumes. And so if that's the decision that is made, I think it's fine, because I still stand by, this is to get new fans into the show, and if Oda has his hand in it, Chopper will be picked by Oda, and it'll be the best Chopper that they find, and people will love Chopper so much that they'll go and watch it in the anime or read it in the manga and fall in love with the actual Chopper. So I have no issues with it.
I'm on the same level of you guys. When I heard this, I was like, hey, that might work for live action, man. I understand, like Cody said, we understand there's a budget, and I don't want them to blow it all on just keeping Chopper CGI. So if they do it, keep it CGI, and it looks good, hey, then then no issues at all. Then we got the character that we know, that we love. But if they end up changing him and they make him a human throughout there, and he goes every once in a while into the reindeer form, and it looks fine, Oda's okayed it, hey, I'm fine with it. I don't think it's going to be that crazy to say that no, Chopper needs to stay a reindeer because that's the way he is. I think it'll work. We saw some of the changes that they made in the first season, and it worked. Some of it was, we didn't agree with it completely, but it still worked. It was still a good show. So yeah, if that's what they come to, I think we're all in the same boat right here. We're all on board. Do it. So let's get into the rest of the season 2. What do we want to see? Oh, you know what? Before we get into that, real quick, I think it was Grand Line, maybe it was O'Hara who mentioned this. There is a lot of things to cover. Do you guys think in season 2? There's a lot of stuff to cover in season 2, and Justin broke it down a little bit earlier too. There's 12 seasons that they want to try to do, 10 arcs over the course of that. They brought it up and they said that it's possibly going to be broken up into 2 separate seasons, so we might not see Crocodile. What do you guys think until season 3?
Yeah,
and
that's what really
get into
too.
Alabasta.
That's what I was thinking.
They give us everything else, and then at the end we get the cliffhanger, or however they want to do it. But see, Crocodile season 3, everything, because there's a lot of stuff to go.
Here's how I'm thinking. So obviously it has to be Warple. I fuck his name. It has to be him. Wapple. He has to be the main villain. So I want to say how they did Arlong, it would be similar. He's gonna show up kind of early. We're kind of gonna have a feel of him before we actually get the taste of him when we get to Drum Island. So I feel like they're gonna take out the Foxy Pirates and put him in place, and have something happen there, like an altercation there, to where they have to go to that island. Nami's probably still going to be sick, and they're going to look for a doctor, but you know what I mean? I feel like they're going to show him early. He's going to be the main villain of that season.
Okay. Jet, what do you think? Are you okay with them splitting up? I mean, obviously they might have to. So what are your thoughts on that? Them splitting up? We won't get Alabasta until season 3, possibly.
Yeah, man. I haven't thought about that at all. And just my first, I guess, reaction and thoughts to that is I honestly don't know if I like that. I don't know if not having Crocodile in season 2, if at that point, I don't know if season 2 has enough. I don't think Chopper's arc is enough, to be honest. I personally think that Arlong in season 1, for me personally, at least, not really in the beginning, but so much the final fight and towards the end was kind of the weaker aspect of season 1. But going into season 2, and matter of fact, even in season 1, they had Buggy, which Buggy was great. So unless you make Wapple great, but from the anime, because I was, I'm not even gonna say manga because we were watching the anime at that point. I didn't care for Wapple at all. So unless they make him great in this, then maybe. But I just for that to be that's the claim to fame in season 2. I don't know about that.
What else? What else did they do up until Alabasta? They did obviously Chopper.
Laboon.
What else? Laboon.
They got to go to Logtown.
Foxy Pirates. Yeah, Logtown. They got to do
Logtown. They got to do Logtown.
You got to see Buggy again.
Yes.
I think Reverse Mountain is in there.
Yeah.
Whiskey Peak is in there.
Foxy Pirates.
Whiskey Peaks. That, if I'm not mistaken, that's
that's
Baroque Works Town, right? That's the
saying that.
Little Garden's in there, right?
Little Garden is in there too. That's another thing. Yeah. So you see, we got all this stuff to do, and Crocodile could show up like he did Arlong, right? They can give us little pieces of Crocodile, but not really go into the Alabasta arc until season 3. And unless this is another thing too that they could do, they give us more episodes. Hey, they're already doing an hour an episode. Maybe they give us more episodes and they give us another like 3 or 4 episodes, and maybe it'll work like that. I don't know. What do you think, Coates? I don't know. You don't seem to like it.
Well, if they do 8 again, I for sure thinking about it now, it would be kind of bad because they like put in perspective. If season 3 were to start with Alabasta, that means the entire season would have to be Alabasta because there's no way they bring another season in that. So if they add 3 or 4 more episodes, I could see them possibly doing all of Alabasta in those 3 or 4 episodes. If they do that, but if they don't, that would be bad because those 3 to 4 could work. They can make that arc fit in 3 to 4 for sure.
Yeah, I think so. I think when we were talking it out, I think Alabasta is going to need like 4 episodes to really go through everything. So yeah, I don't know. I mean, we'll see how they break it down. I did hear that they were going to cut out the town with the broke works. You just said it right now. Blanking on it. That whole arc. Zoro and Luffy fight.
They confirmed they're cutting that.
No. I said they could possibly cut that out. He could see how they cut that out. You don't think they could cut that out?
That's where they find Vivi.
I mean, we see Vivi in Alabasta anyways. That's what the points that he was making, and I kind of agreed with it.
Plot was off.
I don't think because I mean, Logtown I think is a whole episode. I think
Logtown,
for
sure. That's a whole.
That's an episode.
That's a whole episode.
I think
Reverse
Mountain's half an episode. Oh, it could be a whole because they do backstories kind of fast, so that could be half an episode.
Chopper could possibly get 2.
I think. Yeah. I think 2, maybe 3. I mean, 2 I think would be ideal, so that if we want to keep Alabasta in season 2,
I don't think he gets 3. It's not that. I don't think his arc is that much.
Okay, then maybe I'm misremembering. Okay, so then if we get, what is that? 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 4 episodes right there. Then maybe the last 4, if they keep it the 8 format with Alabasta around there.
It really could work.
So I mean, okay. So I mean, hopefully we do get Crocodile season 2. So then let's go into what do we expect to see in season 2? What do you guys want to see in season 2?
Dragon. I need to see that.
You know what? I believe they casted somebody for Dragon. You talk about that. I believe they did cast somebody for Dragon already. Go ahead.
Not just Dragon though. Is more so than Chopper himself. I need to see who they cast for Robin. Bro. Oh man, I need to see that, bro. Who they finna pick, boy? They got. Oh man, because now I'm thinking, we got Dragon, we got Chopper, we got Robin. We gotta see what they do for Crocodile. Because what did Justin say? What is it, Mama Dial or what? What did he?
Yeah, something like that. Mama Dial. I've seen some. Tekken just did a video on that. Man, I don't know if you guys get to see it here, but that's my boy, bro, in One Piece. And that's the theory for the longest time. And he was like, if they change it, and he was a female at Rogers, because everybody's speculating that that's Crocodile. So if he was there as a female and they decided to change it, Tekken brought up this idea of, what if he stays a female the whole time?
Oh, you're cooked.
Yeah, you're cooked.
You're cooked.
For. That's.
I'm gonna tell you right now. If he's a woman in the live action, he's a woman in the manga. Yeah. No doubt, 100%.
That confirms it.
Because that's the theory. And if you guys haven't seen it, go. I'll share it with you guys. Tekken's video, Tekken thoughts on it. Because he was like, and he brought up a good point for Crocodile. Like, the theory that's been going on since we saw it in Impel Down was that Crocodile was a female, and he used what's his name? Ivankov's devil fruit to turn him into a male. So that was a theory for the longest time. He's like, I can see how that's a theory, but if you look at Crocodile's character and you look at the way he is, why would that be his biggest secret? Why do we think he would even care if that secret got out? He said it would make sense if Crocodile was the type of guy to be like, oh, look, I'm a macho guy, and he's always, just talking about how badass of a guy he is and how macho he is and things like that. That would fit more of that. But he's not like that. He's just a cool, chill type of dude. So that might not even be the secret. I mean, we don't even know. We'll find out. We'll see if they confirm it. He's the a female at birth and he's transitioned to the male. Ah, that'd be kind of crazy. But I don't know. But I hope that's not the secret. I think it's going to be something else because Tekken brought up the good point that I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? And they could change him. Like I said earlier, they could change him into be a female the whole time. The whole way. He just stays a female the whole way in the live action. How would you guys feel about female crocodile live action?
The theory's already thrown out there. If it happens, it's true. I'm not gonna dislike it because I still think that's fine theory for him, but it doesn't change the story in any way. As long as she plays crocodile and she gives me crocodile vibes, I'm good. She just needs to be crocodile for me.
Because who talks to him about the secret? It's Ivan, right?
Yeah,
Ivan.
Yeah, you're cooked.
Ivan.
It's true, bro. There's no way it's not true.
He knows your secret. We'll see. I mean, I don't know. Why not just come out and tell us already? Why is Oda keeping?
Because it's something later on. You gotta wait for it.
We'll see.
He ain't caught up in the mind. He don't know what's going on with him.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Okay. But yeah, Dragon did get casted. I think it's Jose.
Okay,
no, I could be wrong. But yeah, he did get casted. Dean DeMonse will be playing who that Dragon. Is. Yeah, I don't know who he is. You guys want to look that up? You can. Dean DeMonse got casted. This was almost immediate. This was even before the season 2 announcement. They casted this guy. So I mean, there you go. We got our Dragon for season 2. Ace should be coming up in season 2.
You're right.
One of my other favorite characters. I'm excited to see that relationship between him and Luffy and how they bring that to live action. So yeah, I think I'm excited to see Ace. I'm excited to see Crocodile. We'll see. Any other hopefuls or any other things you guys want to see for season 2?
Nah, I can't even tell you, man.
You mentioned Robin. Chopper.
We know it'll be done with love and care, so we just hope it's good. At the end of the day, that's all you can really ask for. I feel
just get as much done as possible, man. Do not milk it intentionally. You guys did good in the first season.
And me and Cody were talking about this yesterday. Like, he's excited for Skypiea. I'm excited for Alabasta. These are 2 arcs that were kind of renowned as being slower, not being as the better One Piece arcs. So these potentially in live action could be way better than what we got. I don't know about the manga. I don't know if you guys have even read those because I know you guys started.
I didn't. I started the manga late.
I don't know how they are in the manga, but in the anime, they're considered, like I said, one of the slower ones, one of the worst ones, not worst ones, but lower ones of what we have. So live action could do it justice, could do it better. So
do you imagine he really gets like Eminem for Enel?
That's because remember that picture with all like the lookalikes, bro?
Yeah.
Oh man,
that'd be crazy.
That'd be insane.
And ain't no way. Ain't no way Eminem's dressing up like that. That'd be funny. But hey, like we said, man, this live action did really good. Season 1, season 2 confirmed. 12 seasons, hopefully. That's what they're hoping for. Seems like Oda's here for it all. Make sure you guys stay tuned to the podcast because that's going to transition into a topic that we have for you guys on this upcoming podcast. So stay tuned for that. Any final thoughts, boys?
One Piece
like you said, stay tuned for the podcast. That episode should be out Sunday. Yeah, man. One Piece.
The One Piece is real. Again, welcome to all you new fans. It's good to have you. Enjoy, sit down, relax, go read the manga, go watch the anime. There's so much content for you guys. Welcome. We're glad to have you guys.
Cop a shirt.
You guys.
Cop a hat.
Start copping.
Get some merch.
Man, I got so much merch, bro. Man. I got a whole storage full of merch. So make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate you guys watching the video. Like I said, stay tuned for the podcast. More One Piece talk coming up. We appreciate you guys watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.
Let's fucking go.